Did you know the world's oldest gold treasure, dated back over 6,000 years, was unearthed near the Bulgarian city of Varna? Bulgaria sits at the meeting point of Europe and Asia, shaped by Thracian rituals, Roman roads, and centuries under Ottoman rule. Its landscapes range from Black Sea beaches to snow-capped peaks, while towns across the country still echo their imperial past. Local markets brim with rose oil, banitsa, and fiery rakia, while festivals like Kukeri blur the line between ancient and modern. From sunlit coastlines to cliffside fortresses, we'll trace a path deep into the heart of the country, until the forested ridges give way to an older world, where time moves differently and folklore lives on in stone and song. Join us now as we explore the land of roses, Bulgaria. Sofia, Bulgaria's capital and largest city, is home to over 1.2 million people. Yet, it never feels overwhelming. It's a place where the layers of time seem to shift beneath your feet. Built over ancient ruins and shaped by countless civilizations, Sofia is one of Europe's oldest capitals, with a lineage stretching back more than 7,000 years. The city consists of modern glass towers rising above archaeological remains, and quiet courtyards that open just steps away from bustling boulevards. Beneath its streets, remnants of Roman roads still endure, echoing the city's importance as a crossroads of commerce and culture since antiquity. Sofia is also one of the greenest cities in Europe, with expansive parks, mountain air, and even a dormant volcano dominating the distant skyline. With a population of just under 70,000, Veliko Tarnovo may seem small, but its historical gravity is immense. For centuries, this city was the heartbeat of a medieval empire that once rivaled the mightiest kingdoms of Europe. Its story is defined by drama, sieges, ascents, collapses, and rebirths, all unfolding across a jagged landscape of hills and valleys. Known as the City of the Tsars, its legacy of grandeur survives not only in ruins, but in the cultural consciousness of Bulgaria itself. Despite its age, the city is now a thriving academic hub and artistic haven, where students and creatives breathe new life into streets first laid out nearly a millennium ago. It's a place where the future and the past aren't at odds. They're in constant dialogue, Perched in Bulgaria's far northwest corner, Vidin is a city shaped as much by geography as by history. Today, it has a population of just over 40,000. Yet for centuries, it was a gateway between the Balkans and Central Europe. Its location on the Danube made it a prize for empires and a fortress for survival. Few cities in Bulgaria have shifted allegiances as many times as Vidin. It has flown the banners of Romans, Byzantines, Ottomans, and kings long gone. Vidin's rhythm is slower, its streets broader, and its stories deeper than most travelers expect. What sets Vidin apart isn't just its past. It's the enduring spirit of a community that has learned to thrive in the margins and embrace change without losing their identity. Blagoevgrad lies in the southwestern reaches of Bulgaria, home to roughly 70,000 residents. Surrounded by forested hills and close to major mountain ranges, it blends nature and culture with ease. But beyond its scenery and youthful pulse lies a lesser-known past. This was once a key outpost along ancient trade routes, and over time it evolved into a melting pot of ethnicities and ideas. The city played a critical role during Bulgaria's national revival and continues to be a cultural beacon in the region. Unlike many other cities shaped solely by war or royalty, Blagoevgrad's story is one of education, transformation, and unity. Its theaters, museums, and festivals are reflections of a community that values heritage, but never stops reaching forward. Varna is more than just a coastal retreat. It's a city where the tide of history runs deeper than the sea itself. Home to over 300,000 residents, it's Bulgaria's third largest city and its primary gateway to the Black Sea. But beneath its modern facade lies a legacy few realize. Some of the oldest gold artifacts ever discovered were unearthed here, dating back over 6,000 years. Today, Varna stands at the intersection of ancient civilization and vibrant urban life. It's a city that never stays still. Art, music, and innovation pulse through its neighborhoods, while its beaches hum with local energy. For centuries, Varna has welcomed traders, travelers, and thinkers, and it remains a gathering point for people from all walks of life, shaped as much by culture as by coastline. With roots stretching back over 3,000 years, Nesebar is often called an open-air museum, but that label doesn't quite capture its atmosphere. Occupying a narrow peninsula along the Black Sea, this town of just over 10,000 people has seen the rise and fall of empires, with each era leaving a mark in its architecture, customs, and rhythms. What makes Nesebar truly special is the density of its legacy. Layers of civilization preserved in such a compact space, from ancient walls to medieval facades. Yet for all its historical weight, the town feels very much alive. Fishermen still cast nets at dawn, and local families have preserved traditions passed down through generations. In Nesebar, the ancient world doesn't feel like a memory. It feels like a conversation still unfolding. Pomori may be modest in size, with around 13,000 residents, but its natural and cultural depth is remarkable. This coastal town is known for its salt lakes, therapeutic mud, and unique microclimate, drawing visitors seeking health as much as history. But there's more here than spa resorts and sea breezes. Pomori has long balanced trade and spirituality, industry and introspection. Its saline-rich lagoon has been harvested since antiquity, making it one of the oldest working salt production sites in Europe. That economy of salt shaped more than just livelihoods. It influenced the town's identity. Pomori has been passed between empires, religions, and ideologies, and yet it has preserved a character all its own. It's a place where nature sustains both body and story. One of Bulgaria's oldest coastal settlements, Sozopol carries with it a legacy of art, belief, and survival. With a population of just over 5,000, it's a small town with a vast past, established by seafaring peoples who saw in this rocky coastline not just refuge, but potential. Over the centuries, Sozopol became a haven for thinkers, merchants, and monks alike. It earned a reputation for being a spiritual center as much as a port, and its blend of maritime life and sacred tradition continues to shape its atmosphere. Unlike some seaside destinations that feel built for tourists, Sozopol remains intimately connected to the sea. The town lives by it, listens to it, and respects it. Every alley and courtyard here tells a story, not just of what was, but of what continues. Rising from the sands like ancient sentinels, the stone pillars of Pobiti Kamani form one of Europe's most mysterious natural landscapes. Scattered across a semi-arid terrain near the Black Sea coast, these hollow columns, some towering over 6 meters, have puzzled scientists and storytellers for generations. This stone forest isn't carved by human hands, but by time, minerals, and geological forces still debated today. What's especially compelling is how this stark and surreal environment contrasts with the lush plains that surround it. The site has drawn spiritual seekers, geologists, and even energy enthusiasts who believe the area possesses magnetic anomalies. Though uninhabited, the land holds a presence that feels strangely aware, silent, immovable, yet impossibly alive. Tucked into a quiet valley and carved by the patient persistence of water and wind, Prahodna Cave is more than a geological wonder. It's an emotional experience. Known for its towering double-ceiling holes that resemble watchful eyes, the cave inspires awe the moment one steps inside. Measuring over 250 feet in length, it's one of Bulgaria's longest natural tunnels, and was once home to early humans who left traces of their existence in ash and stone. But beyond the science, there's a primal energy to the place, a sense of being seen, measured, and understood. Light filters in from above in ways that seem choreographed, casting shadows that move like silent guardians. It's a destination where nature takes on the scale and solemnity of a cathedral, yet remains untamed. Sprawling across southern Bulgaria like a green tapestry stitched with myths and memories, the Rhodope Mountains are the oldest in the Balkans, and some say the most soulful. With their rounded peaks and hidden valleys, these highlands stretch for hundreds of miles, sheltering dozens of ethnic groups and dialects rarely found elsewhere. This is a region where folklore still shapes daily life, where tales of forest spirits and ancient musicians aren't relegated to storybooks. The air carries the scent of pine and wood smoke, and the soundscape is filled with birdsong, cowbells, and the occasional echo of a mountain song passed down through centuries. The Rhodopes are not a backdrop. They're a protagonist in the Bulgarian narrative, offering refuge, mystery, and perspective in equal measure. With sharp peaks that cut into the sky and glacial lakes that shimmer like polished mirrors, the Pirin Mountains are Bulgaria's wild frontier. Spanning hundreds of square kilometers and home to a national park, this alpine range stands as one of the country's most ecologically diverse and geologically dramatic areas. Much of the terrain remains untouched by modern development. This isolation has preserved not just flora and fauna, but traditional ways of life that remain intact in the small communities that dot the foothills. Unlike the more frequented Rhodopes, Pirin offers raw, unfiltered encounters with nature. Thunderstorms roll in like theater, and clear nights reveal a starscape unbroken by artificial light. It's a place of purity, clarity, and silence. Aeson's fortress rises abruptly from the cliffs, its weathered walls clinging to the rock like a final defiance of time. Though long uninhabited, the site speaks volumes of battles fought, borders drawn, and a kingdom's will to endure. The vantage it commands over the valley below is less about power now and more about perspective, offering a sweeping view into Bulgaria's layered soul. Just beyond, the land opens into the Belintash Plateau, a vast, elevated expanse where myth and geography collide. Unlike the fortress, Belintash holds fewer human remnants, yet its mystery runs deeper. Ancient carvings etched into the rock suggest celestial alignments, while local legends hint at rituals that predate written history. Together, these sites form a dialogue across stone that is still unfolding. High in the Balkan Mountains lies a pass that has witnessed both the fury and the forging of a nation. Shipka is not a village or a city. It's a symbol. The dramatic terrain, blanketed by forests and carved by deep valleys, has long made it a crucial crossroads. Here, the landscape shaped history, channeling the tides of armies and ideas alike. Though sparsely populated, the region resonates with national identity, embodying moments when determination redefined destiny. The altitude sharpens the senses. The wind seems to speak of endurance. Travelers who journey here often feel an unspoken gravity, not from memorials alone, but from the way the land seems to remember. In Shipka, the mountains don't just rise, they stand for something. Perched along Bulgaria's northern Black Sea coast, Balchik is a coastal town that balances rugged terrain with an unexpected softness. Its white limestone cliffs rise over a narrow strip of waterfront, shaping a town etched between land and sea. With a population just under 12,000, Balchik moves at a gentler pace than its southern neighbors, yet its history runs deep. Layer upon layer of Thracian, Greek, Roman, and Ottoman presence have left traces. not just in ruins, but in the rhythms of life and the layout of the town itself. The sea is ever present, but never overpowering. Instead, it acts like a slow-moving mirror, reflecting a place where art, nature, and memory intersect. In Balchik, beauty doesn't announce itself. It accumulates with every generation that calls this coast home. Thank you for joining us on this adventure. If you'd like to join us on the next one, then let's go travel here.